Is cracked software clean? All right, let's start with the big question everyone asks. Is cracked software actually clean? Let's take a real example. That slim girl with a spoon website. If you download cracked games from her, does that mean you're completely safe? No viruses, no malware, nothing shady, like some people claim? The answer: absolutely not. Let me just give it to you straight. It's not clean. In fact, in most cases, you're very likely to get hacked, infected, or have your data stolen. Now, to be fair, there are a few rare websites where the cracks are genuinely clean. The people who upload them test everything, strip out the dangerous stuff, and you can download without immediately nuking your PC. But here's the problem. Me, personally, I can't recommend them. I can't sit here and say, yes, go crack games. It's perfectly fine. Why? Because there's no such thing as 100% guaranteed safety. Even if a site was clean yesterday, it might get compromised tomorrow. Let's say you trust me, you follow my advice, and you crack a game from the site I told you about. A few months later, someone uploads a fake installer or hides malware in the crack. You get infected. Who are you going to blame? Well, he told me to use that site. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not taking that heat. And honestly, I've never been into cracking games myself. I've never done it, and I'm not planning to start. Now, don't get me wrong. There's no shortage of crack websites. You've got Slim Girl with a Spoon, or any other from hundreds of websites. It's like an underground city. One shady alley leads to another, and every corner has its own trusted uploader who swears they're safe. The reality? Every single site has its own problems. Take Locked Site, for example. They have a reputation for being absolutely infested with viruses. Probably the single worst source for infections if you're looking for cracked games. If you had to pick the cleanest option, I'd probably still say Slim Girl with a Spoon. But even that site has its risks. The problem? It's packed with sketchy ads, pop-ups, and misleading buttons. Even with ad blockers, it's easy to misclick. One wrong move, and instead of downloading your game, you've just grabbed some random malware file. You might not even realize it until it's too late. And here's the thing. When you're dealing with shady sites, you have to be almost paranoid. You need to triple check every click, every download, every file name. But honestly, the safest option is not to download from them at all. So, you and I both want Steam games, but we've established cracks aren't safe, prices are high. So, what's the alternative? Most people think, I'll just buy a Steam key, it's cheap and fast. Sounds good, right? Wrong. The ugly truth is that most cheap keys are obtained illegally. One of the most common methods is stolen credit cards. Here's how it works. Someone steals a regular bank card, buys a huge batch of Steam keys, and then flips them on sites like G2A, CD Keys, or similar marketplaces. At first, you think you've scored a great deal. You bought a $60 game for $5. But weeks later, the real card owner reports the theft. Steam investigates, refunds the money to the victim, and in the process, revokes your key. Your game is gone. And sometimes, if Steam sees you've used too many suspicious keys, they'll ban your account altogether. To them, it might look like you're the scammer. Another popular method for obtaining keys is pretending to be a YouTuber. This one's creative. A scammer emails a developer saying, "Hey, I'm an up-and-coming gaming YouTuber. I'd love to review your game. Could you send me a free key?" The developer, thinking it's good exposure, sends them the key. The scammer sells it online, and you, the unsuspecting buyer, purchase it. Everything seems fine until the developer checks back a week or two later and realizes there's no review video. They realize they've been scammed. What happens next? They can ask Steam to deactivate the key. Suddenly, you lose the game you paid for. And in some cases, your Steam account could be flagged for suspicious activity. So here's the bottom line. Truly legitimate keys that are guaranteed safe are extremely rare. Almost all cheap keys you find online have some shady backstory. Stolen cards, developer scams, regional pricing abuse, you name it. And the more of these questionable keys you stack in your library, the higher your risk. If even one of them gets flagged, Steam might lock your whole account. They'll look at you and say, "Hold on, how does this guy have 200 games, all from discounted third-party sites. That doesn't add up. Now let's talk about another so-called solution, shared accounts. You've seen the ads, $5 for an account with 30 games, sometimes even less than $1. Sounds like a steal. But here's the truth. 99% of these accounts are stolen. It's only a matter of time before the original owner recovers the account, resets the password, and locks you out. And sometimes it's not even the original owner. It's the seller themselves. They'll sell you the account, let you use it for a few days, wait until the warranty period they promised is over, and then change the password. A lot of these come from shady Chinese stores or even some sketchy Arabic marketplaces. They might bundle games for just a couple of bucks, but when you log in, you'll see the account name, the region, the email, and realize it's clearly stolen. Even if it isn't, there's always someone waiting to take it back. So here's where we're at. Cracks aren't safe. Steam keys are risky. Shared accounts are risky and game prices are high. It's a mess, a headache, a circle with no exit. So, what's the solution? Honestly, I wish I had one. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, okay, fine. So, cracks are risky, keys are shady, accounts get stolen. But honestly, why should I care? Worst case, I just lose a game, right? See, that's the problem. It's never just a game. When you download something shady, you're not just risking your game disappearing. You're opening the door for way bigger problems. First, malware. And I don't mean some silly pop-up ad. I mean full-on Trojans, keyloggers, and ransomware. Stuff that can steal your passwords, log into your bank account, or lock all your files until you pay some hacker in crypto. All from just trying to get a free game. Second, your personal data. That cracked game might be running something in the background, maybe recording your keystrokes, maybe scanning your files. If your passwords, emails, or credit card details are stored on your PC, they're now in someone else's hands. Third, your entire gaming library. Let's say Steam bans you. That's not just losing one game, that's losing everything. Years worth of purchases, achievements, progress, gone overnight. And good luck trying to explain to Steam support that you're innocent when your account history looks like a hacker's dream. And lastly, the snowball effect. One small, sketchy purchase might feel harmless, but it builds up. Maybe you grab one cheap key, it works fine. Then another and another. Next thing you know, half your library is from questionable sources. All it takes is one getting flagged and suddenly they're all under review. So yeah, you should care. Because what starts as saving a few bucks could end with losing your games, your account, your data, or even your money.